Okay, so I put the 2 large branches or logs in here to see what the chicken's gonna do. So of course right now they were kind of scared, but once they see it's wood, I think they will be happy to have something else to perch on. Hi girls. And I gotta fix up those dusting boxes. But not today, I'm tired. So I gotta go get the other 2 branches and figure out what to do with them. I might just sit them in the fire pit for now. But I'm gonna have to go to Home Depot and get a saw to saw those branches up so that I can burn them into ash. And the other master gardener there, he said it was a eucalyptus tree. He said it's really hard wood, which is really good for that. Wood ash is really good for chickens. So I won't, the wind keeps going in and out. I will not be using the fire pit today, but yeah, get ready within a week or so. I'm gonna be burning that wood in that fire pit and getting me some ash for my chickens. So right now all 7 of them are here. I filled their water up. That one needs to be cleaned out, but I cleaned it out as good as I could today. And then later on, close to evening, I'll come in and put some more food in their blue containers because they're almost out. But I put their worms out, which I have diatomaceous earth on their worms right there. And they still got their seed brick, and I'll be putting some more food in their containers. All right, let me go get these other 2 things, and then I think I'm gonna go ahead and start on the grapevine because I really need to cut it back, and then kind of explain what I did with the grapevine. But my plan is to be out here all day. I'm moving really slow today, really slow. Had to take me an iron pill because I don't have a lot of energy, but I'm gonna try to get things done. I'm just gonna get it done slowly. It's going on, it's about 11 a.m. I just watered the whole garden. Yeah, let me stop talking and get to it. Hello, so I am at the grapevine. Let me show you. So as you can see, the grapevine is actually fully dormant. I do see a couple of leaves coming on it, but I don't see that many buds as you usually do. So let me show you what I am going to do. A lot of this is coming down. I've sprayed it twice with dormant spray. I decided not to spray the trees again because a lot of them are budding, some have flowers, and I don't want to hurt beneficials. So let me explain to you. So the first 2 to 3 years I cut the grapevines back completely. They're rooted in good. In fact, I come here, I kind of lift up the soil every year, put in good compost, fertilizer, or whatever. I do that every year. I'm not going to do that today. Okay. Now, you have spurs. Wait. You have canes and you have spurs. This is the cane. These are the spurs, and then you have other spurs that come up. So cane, main canes. Wait, did I get it right? Yeah. If not, if I'm saying it wrong, I'll let you know later in the video. Main cane, right? Your cane wants to be at least a year-old wood, and sometimes people take this off, which I'm thinking about doing that this year. Then you have your spurs that come off of it. See, they're kind of budding. You want to trim your grapevine. Let me sit down for a minute. You want to trim your grapevines kind of in late winter, January through March, when all the leaves are gone and really no buds on them. I'm seeing some buds, but those buds are about to come off, and hopefully more will come back on. I usually trim them when I trim the trees, which you guys just saw me trim the trees a few weeks ago. I usually try to trim the trees in December. A lot has been going on where I couldn't, but only a few of the trees have leaves, and most of them I was able to trim and spray with the dormant spray. So What I'm going to do is leave the main cane. I bet you I'm confusing it. Hold on. So, of course, I'm going to leave the main cane there. There's probably more canes growing out. Maybe not. I'm going to leave the main cane. Then I'm going to prune the spurs. I'm probably going to prune the spurs to about right here. Well, this one anyway. Okay. I think I'm even going to go and clean off the main trunk this year. Okay. They usually say trim the ones that are about pencil thick, but as you can see, I have a lot. And then there's another spur coming off of that spur. You see? So that's why you want to trim them. Growing up, I had a grapevine in Los Angeles County, more of South Central Watts area. We had I could have swore it was probably like 1/4 of an acre or a little over 1/4 of an acre in LA. And my mother is not a yard person. She is not a gardening, homesteader person. She likes to shop, she likes to cook, and that's what she likes to do. And that's okay because that's her thing and I have my thing. She never ever pruned back the grapevine. Grapes will still grow on this. However, what's going to happen is it's going to continue to produce more spurs, more shoot, and it's going to keep getting out of control and out of control and out of control. Our grapevine was along our long fence in the backyards. My mom didn't really care. We would get an abundance of grape every year. I don't have a long chain link fence to put my grapevines on, and I don't want them to be like that. I want it controlled. So let me go ahead and get started. So remember, you have your canes. You have at least a 1-year cane, right? And then you have spurs coming off of that main cane. And then your spurs produce spurs. They may not be called spurs though. I don't know. I can't remember. But we are going to go ahead and cut back the spurs. We're going to leave a lot of nodules and then cut them back and then clean it up, and then we're going to dispose. I'm going to put the cuttings in my green container on the side of the house to prevent diseases. Oh, those are the kids next door. Anyway, okay, let's go ahead and let me get started. It's windy out here. I don't know if you can hear it, but it is windy out here and the wind is picking up. So I will not be putting my camera on the selfie stick to show you. This is probably the only weekend in the next 2 weeks that I can do this. And if I wait 2 weeks, then this grapevine, you will see lots of leaves and everything on it, and I don't want that. So let me go ahead and start pruning this, and then I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Okay, so that took about 10-15 minutes, and let me show you what I got. Okay, looks a lot different now, doesn't it? And this is all I cut out. I probably could have cut a lot more out. I'm trying to put my gloves on here, sorry, just a moment. I probably could have cut a lot more out, but I decided not to. This is a red grapevine here. She's kind of small, but she's really leafing. I took a couple of dead things off of her, but other than that, I didn't do too much. This is what I wanted to show you. Look here. This is growing from a node. You think these leaves are just going to be, ooh, grapevines. Nope, that's just going to be grape clusters. Nope, it's going to be a whole grapevine. So that's why you want to trim them, because they're just growing, growing, growing. Here were the nodes. You probably want to leave 10 to 15 of these buds on them. I left this little one right here on there, but yeah, they're already bending. I really chopped this one back because this one always goes into the almond tree. But yeah, I know you might be thinking that my grapevine looks a little weird and off. Oh, also I took some of this bark off If it peels off, just take it off. But I'm not gonna force it to come off. Yeah, I took it off of both of them, actually. Yeah. Most people grow their grapevines like on a fence, and they have it going like that. I want mine going, weaving into the cattle panel, and then the grapes to hang down in the cattle panel, kind of for like a little protection. And also sometimes the grapes, they come out, the grape clusters come out on top. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this off. I'm gonna take my little hoe thing and kind of lift up the soil, and then I'm going to take a bag of soil booster and put it in there. Probably put a little espoma fertilizer and then wet it in real good, and then I'll be done with the grapevine for the season. And generally every week I will come in as the vines are growing and weave them through the cattle panel. Some of them get so long that I start weaving them back up through the cattle panel. So yeah, also you should spray your grapevine like you do your trees with dormant spray. I've seen people that had infestations. So far I've been doing so good so far this year, or the past couple of years. Spraying your trees does not guarantee that you will not have pests. It's just kind of a prevention, maintenance. It kind of helps reduce. It doesn't mean that you won't. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get a harvest that I can eat, not a harvest that's rotten out. So I do everything I can to my trees, my vines, my bushes, whatever I can to reduce pest pressure. As you all know, I get aphids, I get grubs, I get squirrels, I get rodents, I get grasshoppers, I get green horn worms. This year I got the cabbage loofer. I get multiple types of pests. So whatever I can do to reduce the pest pressure on my trees, because your trees are for a lifetime. Your garden is for a lifetime too, as long as you keep it up, but your trees will last decades and they will give you plenty of food. So you really should try to take care of your trees and your grapevines as much as you can. Okay, so let me go ahead, go get my bag of soil booster and the spoma and my water hose, and then we're gonna wrap this up and get it done. Okay, so the grapevine is looking fresh and new. I actually went and took some little branches that was growing up and down the almond tree that I missed, got over there and got that. And yeah, I had a half a bag of Kellogg's soil left and a whole bag of soil booster. I usually use about 2 bags, but that's what I have. Money's tight this week. Gotta get to payday, so it is what it is. But at least I was able to loosen up the soil using my tool right here. Then I put down the soil booster and then put down that half a bag of Kellogg's and then watered it in. And something I wanted to show you. It's green on the inside. It's good. I'm not cutting, and I cut off some dead branches, but this is good. It's the grapevine is looking good. Now all I have to do is go inside the shed and water the stuff in there. I saw a squirrel walking around near the cage again, so the chickens are kind of going off. I'm gonna go in there and see if they got some eggs. I know they saw the squirrel too, but the squirrel has not been able to get inside the cage, which is good. And while I'm in there, I'm going to give them, put some more food in their food containers, and then I should be done. So I'm a little bit tired, but that's expected. So as I always say, please find peace within yourself and please be peaceable with everyone. Oh, before I leave, if you have a grapevine or this is your first year planting one, go ahead and plant it. You kind of want to plant them in the ground. You probably can start them in a container, but eventually you want to plant them in the ground because grapes do have long tap roots and they're going to be looking for water looking for nutrients and things in the soil, and you just can't really get that within a container. Also, give it 2 years. I cut mine back completely for 2 years, and then on the 3rd year I let the canes go, and then last year I left the canes in there, and then I let the spurs, I get stuff confused, I let the spurs. And I have the trunk, I have the cane, and I have spurs, and then more spurs are going to grow off those spurs, and then you just kind of trim accordingly. When you do get leaves and vines and start seeing clusters, you may want to kind of thin out the clusters, so that way the clusters you get will grow nice size grapes. Mine have been kind of small, and there are some grape varieties that grow small, but hopefully this video will help you a little bit. I'm sorry I was not able to film everything because I'm getting big gusts of wind, and the selfie stick was just not going to, it wasn't going to stay. But I do this every year. I prune all my trees every year in grapevine, and I spray my trees in grapevine every year, and it's just to keep maintenance on them, because what do we want? We want to get a harvest. So now I'm going to leave. As I always say, please find peace within yourself, and please be peaceable with everyone around you. I love you all. Have a restful Sunday. Bye, everyone.